Hello students, today let me start with the examples on Bernoulli distribution and binomial distribution. A Bernoulli variate takes values 1 and 0 with probabilities 0.2 and 0.8 respectively. Find the mean and variance. Here a random variable x takes the values 0 and 1 with probabilities P of x 0.8 and 0.2. Here a Bernoulli variate takes values 1 and 0 with probabilities 0.2 and 0.8. Random variable takes the value 1 with the probability 0.2 and it takes the value 0 with the probability 0.8. Hence x takes the value 0 and 1 with respective probabilities 0.8 and 0.2. Hence to find out mean of Bernoulli variate, here we have E of x equals to summation x into P of x, which is equals to x into P of x. First value of x is 0 and its probability is 0.8. 0 into 0.8 plus 1 into 0.2. 0 into 0.8 is 0 plus 1 into 0.2, 0.2. 0 plus 0.2 is 0.2. Mean of a Bernoulli distribution or Bernoulli variate is mean equals to E of x, that is nothing but expectation of x, and mean of Bernoulli distribution is also written as P equals to 0.2. Then Q equals to 1 minus P, where Q is the probability of failure and P is the probability of success. Q equals to 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. Hence, variance equals to PQ. Variance for a Bernoulli distribution is PQ. So, variance equals to PQ equals to 0.2 into 0.8, which is equals to 0.16. Then, a Bernoulli variate has parameters 0.3. Parameter is nothing but P. Parameter of a Bernoulli distribution or Bernoulli variate is P, and mean of a Bernoulli distribution is also P. Write down its mean and variance. What is the probability that the variable takes the value 0? Here it's given as P equals to 0.3 and Q can be calculated by using Q equals to 1 minus P equals to 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7. Hence mean equals to P equals to 0.3, and what is the probability that the variable takes the value 0, where 0 is the probability. I mean it's a number assigned to the random variable for failure. Okay, here x takes the values 0 and 1 with respective probabilities. Q is probability of failure and P is probability of success. So if x takes the value 0, then its probability is 0.7. If x takes the value 1, its probability is 0.3. Hence the probability is 0.7 when the variable takes the value 0. If x is a Bernoulli variate, P equals to 0.45. Find the mean and also the probability that the variate takes the value 0. Here it is given as P, nothing but mean of Bernoulli distribution, that is 0.45. If x equals to 1, here in case of Bernoulli distribution, a random variable takes values 0 and 1. It takes only two values 0 and 1, where 0 for failure and 1 for success. If x equals to 1, then P equals to 0.45. It is already given in the question. Then for x equals to 0, probability of failure can be estimated by using Q equals to 1 minus P equals to 1 minus 0.45, which is equals to 0.55. The probability is 0.55 when the variable takes the value 0. Then a biased coin has probability of head 0.4. The coin is tossed 6 times. How many times would you expect heads? This question belongs to binomial distribution because here a coin is tossed 6 times. The experiment is repeated up to n number of times. So probability of head can be written as P equals to 0.4. Number of coin tossed equals to n equals to 6. Then mean of binomial distribution is np, that is mean 6 into 0.4, where n is 6. Number of tosses and p is 0.4. It is already given in the question. So 6 into 0.4 equals to 2.4. Next, the probability that a daily wage worker gets work on a particular day is 0.8. Among 30 days of a month, if x denotes the number of days on which he gets work, find the mean and variance of x. Here it's given as P equals to 0.8. It is nothing but probability that a daily wage worker gets work on a particular day is 0.8, and N number of days, and Q can be calculated by Q equals to 1 minus P equals to 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. Hence mean of a binomial distribution is given by NP. N into P, that is 30 into 0.8 is 24, and variance of a binomial distribution is NPQ, it is 30 into 0.8 into 0.2 is 4.8. For a binomial variate with parameters n equals to 14, p equals to 0.4, write down the PMF, mean and standard deviation. Given that n equals to 14, probability p equals to 0.4 and q equals to 1 minus p, that is 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. Then probability mass function. PMF stands for probability mass function of a binomial distribution, that is NCX, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x, where p lies between 0 to 1 and q equals to 1 minus p, x takes the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to n. Then mean equals to NP equals to 14 into 0.4 equals to 5.6, and ST equals to NPQ equals to 14 into 0.4 into 0.6 equals to 3.36. And PMF of a binomial distribution can be written as, here we have NCX. N value is how much? 14cx. We don't know the value of x value is not known, so just write down in general 14cx, and value of p is 0.4 raised to x, and q raised to n minus x is 0.6 raised to n minus x is 14 minus x. Then as usual, p lies between 0 to 1 and q equals to 1 minus p, and here x takes the value 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to 14. Instead of writing 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to n, here x takes the value 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to 14, because here we have n equals to 14.